Okay, what is up, people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing good this morning. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like on the channel, on the stream. It does really help out, of course. And make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And make sure you do hit the bell as well, so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Make sure you do check out Elevating Traders Discord channel, completely free to join. It is linked at the top of the chat. Discount opportunities will be available there closer to launch, so make sure you do check it out so you don't miss out on that. But guys, welcome back to another stream. Some interesting moves are gearing up in the market, especially USD and yen wise, which we'll get to, of course. Philip, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. JPY pairs and gold, no problem. We'll take a look. OP, what is good? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. And Zondi, greetings right back at you. William, good morning. Good morning. Hope you are well. So, an interesting yesterday and an interesting morning as well. We'll start with yen pairs for Philip, and they're looking pretty interesting because I'm looking at some of them with some ideas about some opportunities which I'm interested in. Some I need a bit more from, like CAD Yen, for example. CAD Yen is trying to break the low of the range, but for me, it's not significant yet for me to be interested. CAD Yen, there's a massive level just below us as well, so I'm not a big fan of that either. Just because there's not a lot of room to work with. I've marked on 105. This has been a really big level for us. For CAD Yen for quite some time, as you can see, major support there, twice there, and of course a third time there as well. So should we break the low here, 105 is probably where the market is headed towards. Maybe we do approach the swing low there if the market really wants to continue the trend. That's a possibility as well. But that one's a bit more wishful thinking. 105 is pretty high probability if we do end up breaking through this low here, which looks like price is trying to do. Like I said, it's not crystal clear to me just yet. I want to see a stronger break than that, especially with the wicks there on the past 4H candle closure. Not a good sign. But it does look like price is trying to commit to the downside. You can see yesterday's daily candle, really nice close. Let's see if that momentum can sustain today. And maybe there could be some nice break and retest either later today, but probably tomorrow or maybe early next week to take this one lower. It does look like the yen strength is coming back into the market. Some of these yen pairs are heading to the downside pretty hard. And maybe it's opening up the door to another big bearish swing. Pound yen, speaking on this one as well, similar situation to CAD yen too. As we can see, prices are right back at the low end of that range. Really nice textbook fake out there, which we discussed when it happened, taking out a lot of stops there. And after that, the market's seen some nice continuation to the low end of the range. So now it's up to price to see if it can break through. I'm not really interested if we kind of just do this. Sure, there'll be opportunities to take it back and forth. And some people on the stream, that might be their bread and butter, those type of trades. That's not really my type of style. I want price to break out and see momentum, and then I want to follow that momentum. So that's really what I'm after with CAD Yen, with Pound Yen, and we'll talk about the rest of the yen pairs in a moment. But yeah, I want to see Pound Yen starting to break lower, and maybe this one is trying to make its way back to the low as well. Is this going to be the next lower high in this bearish sequence? It well could be. I think I'm not going to get my hopes up too much with the yen pairs because there's still a long way to go if we can get back to that swing low. But price action, I must admit, is looking pretty healthy. Weekly chart as well. I'm liking how that candlestick is looking. Still got another day left, but I like that big wick to the upside with that fake out. So yeah, if Pound Yen can commit some more to the downside, this will open up the door for some shorts on the retest. And again, very, very simple opportunity here. We've got a range. Market's broken out that range, looking for the retest and the continuation. Basically what we're looking for up here, but it turned out to be a fake out. So yeah, let's hope it's the real thing this time. We actually get the breakout. So yeah, Pound Yen, CAD Yen, very similar opportunities. Looking retest for the market to go lower, but breakout is a little bit up in the air so far. New Zealand yen did drop pretty nicely. We were moving in this ascending channel for quite some time. The market broke through that on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, Tuesday. I was talking about a retest of this area before a short. Not really saw that really, kind of just a bit of sideways price action. We still could come up for a retest somewhere. I mean, I do like this zone here as well. So should we get a bigger break through that, this could be the next best place for a short. But again, it does look like the yen pairs are finding that weakness again. Euro yen, that one broke to the downside, broke out the low of the range. So this one probably is the better trade, or at least the trade that's actually broken out of the range. So something like this could be very interesting with euro yen. You can see we formed the high over there. Market formed that resistance, failed to create a higher high. Now we've broken through the low. So simply, if you can respect that, that could open the door to some nice shorts for euro yen. We do have the daily low just underneath us with this massive wick. So a push to 157.800 looks pretty realistic. Let me see what price does in that zone. But yeah, I'm leaning towards downside there for euro yen as well. Dollar yen made a move. I'm not too sure how I want to follow this. It's looking particularly bearish, but I'm not really seeing opportunities to follow that in terms of a solid level or solid setup here. I mean, I can see right now that we're back at this low, which is great. It looks like dollar yen probably wants to keep falling. Dollar's been pretty weak as well, which we'll get into in a moment. So yeah, I'll probably expect dollar yen to keep falling, to be honest. Maybe a pullback at some point, but I think this low is looking vulnerable. Aussie yen, that's broken out the range. That one looks interesting as well. Something like that could be really, really nice. And Swiss yen, I think, yeah, still inside the range. But again, a break of that will take us back to the low there on the left. So it's looking all in all pretty bearish for the yen pairs, I must admit. Is anyone looking to trade them or got them on the watch list? Because if this momentum continues, I will be looking to get back involved and trading the yen pairs again. Probably not tomorrow because we're about to come to the end of the week, but for next week, if we get some solid closures, a lot of these yen pairs can find themselves on my watch list next week. I mean, even euro yen looks good now. If that was to retrace, that would interest me. And a short back to that 157.5. Pound yen, CAD yen still got some work to do in terms of the breakout. Aussie yen, it's a decent breakout, although I'd like to a bit more distance there, but that still looks pretty good. Swiss yen still needs to break out as well. And then, yeah, dollar yen, not really too interested in. So, yeah, very, very interesting moves. I'm not going to lie. Afternoon, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Good morning. Good morning. 0.38 zone on Euro USD reacted brilliantly. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Unfortunately, Euro USD is looking very bullish. I'll go through gold quickly, and then we'll go through Euro USD. I did manage to hop into some longs in Aussie dollar, which I'll go over in a moment as well. Literally just a few minutes ago. But we'll go through gold and then we'll talk about Euro USD. So gold looking very bullish. I actually missed some opportunities to get long on gold and actually did enter late on my Aussie dollar position. I was very busy at the time. But Aussie dollar didn't go too far, so I managed to still find an entry with that. So I'll go over that in a moment. But gold, really nice reaction. I remember yesterday things were looking very, very bearish with that candle closure. I had my doubts, but gold being gold shot straight to the upside. That would have been a nice little entry there. Stop loss underneath. Maybe risk reward's not looking great because all you're looking to do is trade it back to the high. If you get the break of the high, you're looking good. But we'll see if that happens or not. But yeah, now that we've respected this area, the next opportunity would be the retest of the high. If I did catch a trade here, then I'll be looking at some re-entries here. But since I didn't catch a trade there, now I'm looking at initial entries on the retest of the high. So the analysis is still very much the same for gold. Everything for me is still very bullish. We're still seeing higher highs and higher lows. Yes, the market is a bit corrected now. We're not trending like we were at the beginning of the year, but I don't think that actually means too much with gold. I feel like even if we do move correctively, suddenly the market can just gain that momentum and explode. If you look back at previous price action, gold tends to move quite correctively, and then suddenly it would just kind of pick up momentum. And I wonder if we're going to do that towards the end of this year. So yeah, gold, really nice reaction there, looking very, very bullish. Nice wicks there on the daily chart as well. Looking very, very interesting there. So if we were to break above the high there, 25.30, that to me looks like the next sensible place, at least for a swing position, even intraday as well. That's just a nice level to buy from, really. And then, yeah, I've marked on some psychological levels of where we could head towards 2600 up there, 2550. Keep an eye on those levels, but really just onwards and upwards for gold in my book. Silver's making a move for it as well. Not quite convinced with silver because we still got this big old level in front of us, and I wouldn't be surprised actually if silver takes a bit of a dive here. I'm not interested in selling silver, but yeah, I can definitely see that this is a pretty big old level in front of us, and that could be a big obstacle. So I'm wondering how silver gets on, but gold, I'm expecting more upside. Okay, so I'll go for Euro USD, and then I'll quickly go through my Aussie dollar position. Chris, good morning. Good morning. I don't think I've said good morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good night rest. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Hope you did as well. Scarlett, what is up? Could you look at gold? No problem. Yeah, I just went through gold there. Hopefully you caught it. Philip bought Euro Yen intraday. Okay. Yeah, not bad. I'm expecting some upside for Euro Yen, purely from the retracement perspective because we had the breakout. So I would expect something like this to happen. Nice 4-hour close there as well. Nice reaction there. So there is upside potential, but me looking at it from a more swing perspective, I do think there's more downside to be had for Euro Yen. So if you were to come up, that would be great for your trade, but I'll be looking at that as a retracement for the market to go lower. So my advice would be, probably want to keep that trade intraday. And I mean, anything can happen, but I wouldn't have aggressive targets with the buys because there's a lot of bearish momentum present with Euro Yen. So I wouldn't be surprised if this keeps falling. But yeah, I do expect a retracement. So I don't mind it. And again, intraday, you're looking to trade the moment to a degree. So high time frame direction isn't always that important. But yeah, I would stay aware of it though. So yeah, Euro USD looking bullish, aren't we? Lovely to see that. We just had a pretty big move to the upside there, and now price is breaking out that descending channel. I was hoping for one more move to the downside. Maybe I was being a bit too I don't know what the word is, too accurate, maybe. That's not the right word, but yeah, we did come into an area of resistance here. I mean, looking at the position, this is really where I wanted to go long. Unfortunately, we didn't quite do that. Missed it by not many pips there. Now it's looking pretty bullish. I mean, maybe there is a world we do come back down and then get the buy. But I have to admit, Euro USD is looking pretty bullish right now. And after that breakout of this descending channel, yeah, we might be on our way up now for Euro. Might be on our way up. We've been very consistent with these higher highs and higher lows. And to me, it looks like price might have just put its next higher low in. Not quite getting to the 50, but as Antonio said, nice reaction from the 0.382. And we're looking pretty bullish. So yeah, I'm looking for Euro to come back to the swing high. The DXY is going through a bit of a dive there as well, as we can see. Nice reaction to the downside. I think this was the news yesterday. So as you can see, we were consolidating on the stream yesterday, and then news came out. Very bearish candle there on the 4-hour, strong close. And you're just going to expect momentum just to slowly spill over back to the low here. So yeah, that's what I'll be expecting to see from the dollar. Maybe we bounce from the low again. That could be a real possibility because I'm looking at the daily chart here. For the dollar, you can see a massive level of support there. This is still acting as support, and maybe the price wants to have a double bottom before a bigger push up. That could be a real possibility. I still do think this is where dollar's going, so I'm very bearish, and 99.5 is where I do see the dollar ending up. And for euro, 1.125 up here is where I see euro ending up as well. So I'm expecting a lot more upside for euro, a lot more downside for the dollar. But of course, we've got to break through this obstacle first. So we'll see how dollar gets on from that point of view. But in terms of for the rest of the week, I feel like dollar's just going to keep falling. We'll see what NFP does, of course. Depending on what NFP does, dollar could be very bullish or very bearish very quickly. But looking at the technicals, it does look like dollar has a good chance just to keep falling this week. It looks like it's printed in its next lower high after these over here. And dollar's got a good chance to keep falling. So euro, now that we've broken to the upside, I do expect that to keep rising. If it does come back down, great. I'll still keep an eye out for the longs, but it's probably a missed opportunity there. In terms of Aussie dollar, I actually missed the original entry for this one when I was supposed to enter, which was back over here. And that was, when was that? That was 2 p.m., which was the same time as gold. No, gold 6 p.m. Yeah, so I missed them both, unfortunately, yesterday. But Aussie dollar hasn't moved much, so I'm entering a little bit late, but not very much late. I think only 8 pips, which isn't crazy, especially when your stop loss is 57 pips. So yeah, I'm looking for a big swing position for Aussie dollar. I've gone long on this area here, looking for a push back to the high. I've got a few areas where I'm looking to take stabs at Aussie dollar, that being the first one, this being the second one. I'll look at this area here as the third as well. And these are the areas where I'm looking to take long positions. And the plan is to look to swing it back to the high here. We could go further, but for now, I'm just going to be entertaining an idea back to 0.686. I will be trading stop loss. I won't have a finite take profit. So if we break through, great. I'll continue to trail. But for now, this is what I'm looking at for Aussie dollar. So really nice reaction, nice wick down the daily chart as well. I'm liking how he closed. Now just need to see if we can hold this and continue to the upside. Again, with me being less on the charts, I'm going to be focusing on a little bit more bigger swing positions than I normally do, with slightly bigger stop losses and bigger targets. So I can let the trade kind of work in the background and don't have to be so actively looking at the charts for trades and management. So hopefully that should benefit me. But yeah, got the entry there a little bit late, but even with the new style I'm using, 8 pips is not such a big deal. So I'm happy with that. So we'll see how that one gets on. For Aussie dollar, again, still looking to take advantage of the weakness in the USD. That's the plan. And if we're going to push to 99.5, hopefully that will help my my Aussie dollar push up. And then we'll be expecting Euro USD to continue pushing to the upside. Pound USD, which is looking pretty bullish as well, breaking out of that descending channel. So yeah, it's been a pretty bearish day for the USD, because pound USD was another pair I was looking at yesterday. I was hoping for us just to continue a little bit more and then find the buy. Same with euro, but unfortunately the market's making the move already. And then yeah, gold too as well, big push up there, which I'm expecting more upside from. So I'm liking the markets, making some nice moves. It's all kind of playing out according to the analysis. Let's just hopefully see Aussie dollar join the party as well. Anywho, got some messages I need to reply to. What's up? Follow. How I said hello to you? I think I have said hello to Follow the Trend. No, I haven't. Follow the Trend. What is up? Hope you're well. I'm in GJ Shorts from Shorts 89. The target. Oh, Shorts from 89 to 186 to the target. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Antonio on price action. Silver's bearish on shoulder pattern. The upside, would like to hear your thoughts. Okay, I'll go on silver. It's an interesting one because I actually do agree with that. I think gold to me looks really bullish still, and I'm expecting gold to break the high and continue. But silver actually does look pretty bearish, which is odd because normally my analysis with both of them is identical. But yeah, I do agree. It doesn't look too good from a technical perspective, of course. Yeah, things can change, but we'll discuss that. Good morning, Dark Sean. Welcome to the stream. Stop time due yesterday. Good thing I've dragged my stop loss closer. Yeah, I think that was a really smart, really smart decision, because pound USD was very, very corrective. And I remember on stream, we were just about breaking to the upside here. So it was a bit of a warning sign to say that pound USD might push higher. And because we're just lacking that momentum, trading the stop a little bit more aggressively makes a lot of sense, which is why if you control your stop loss based on discretion, it can be a very, very effective tool, because you can give your stop loss a bit more room to breathe when things are looking good and momentum's in your direction. But when things are a bit corrective and we're struggling at support, we're struggling to break resistance, and things like that happen, it's a big sign that says, okay, maybe this is not going to continue in your direction anymore. So trading a stop loss might be the best move. So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. I was looking for the long there, so I was hoping your trade would play out and then I'll get mine, but not too sure. We'll see that. I mean, there is still a possibility we can move down, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, DXY will play a big role in that, and NFP will play a big role in that on Friday. Favor, what's up? Brian, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Yes, we'll go through CAD yen for you, no problem. Morning, Ben. Hope you're well. DXY looking weak, 100%. Still holding tight my GU shorts, but it's looking looks like it's coming back to the break even. Break even is a part of life, my friend. It's a part of life. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I mean, the only thing you can do is take a good trade and then manage the trade according to your plan. If your plan says, hold out in that trade, it's either break even or hit your target or whatever, then all you have to do is see it through. But yeah, you're definitely right. It is looking pretty bearish, and I would expect that to continue. But yeah, best of luck to that position. That's all I can say. Really, the market's in control now. And it's always in control as well. It's always in control. All you can do is just manage the trade and manage your risk as well. Anyway, I'll go through silver. So silver, I do agree, is looking very interesting. You don't see any upside potential. I agree with that shorter term. I think longer term, there's a lot of upside potential, which I think you probably agree with as well. Looking at the weekly, daily chart, I do think this one is gearing up for a pretty big move to the upside. Same thing with gold. I think these boys are going to be breaking to the upside pretty aggressively soon-ish, maybe at some point this year. This move here just looks like another pullback to me. And I'll go into detail on the lower time frames, but this looks like a pullback to me. So I'm expecting us to find support and eventually push up. I've marked out this big level here at 26, which is where we might come into first before we get the buy. I was talking about this level here yesterday around 26. Massive level of support. We may come back and retest it before the buy. And then, yeah, looking at the daily 4-hour price action, we've been pretty consistent with these lower highs here. And now we've cracked through some major support as well, which is flipped to resistance. So if silver is unsuccessful breaking back above this area here, then yeah, silver very much could just drop on its drop and continue to the downside, take out these lows, come to these lows, and maybe back to that 26 level support. So maybe that is going to be the play for silver, just to see another swing and then eventually see the bigger move. That's kind of what I was speaking about yesterday. If silver starts breaking above this area back again, if it does it impulsively, then I might be sold on something like this, which would actually be an inverse head and shoulder, which would look something like this. You've got the left over there, the head down there, and of course the right for the big push up. So I can see some upside potential if something like that happens. But of course, I need to see, a really strong move down the 4-hour for me to be believing that right now. We could very much reject that level we're trading at and head a lot lower. So I'm with you with the bearish idea. Well, I know I wouldn't want to be buying silver just yet, but if you were to see something like that, I can get on board with it. If the market fails at this area, then yeah, maybe we do sell off. And then 26 will be the level that might take us bullish. So I agree with that, but I'm not looking to short silver. I'm only looking to kind of buy it. Same thing with gold. Only looking to buy it until higher time frames change. So that's kind of my thoughts on gold and silver. Still look at them pushing up higher. Not really seeing an opportunity to buy silver just yet. Like I said, something like that needs to happen. Gold, the retest of the high looks good. Okay, where was I? CAD Yen we'll take a look at as well. I've definitely missed out some pairs. GJ, follow the trend. I'll take a look at that position. So GJ, CAD Yen. Is Aussie dollar consolidating now? It's been dropping. Which time frame are you talking about, RH Knight? Because I am trading Aussie dollar right now. I'm long on that. Let me know which time frame you're referring to, intraday, 4-hour, daily. Russ, UJ, Okay, short UJ since 159, still holding for 138. You did say that a couple of days ago, didn't you? Um, yeah, UJ dropped pretty hard. Of course, dollar being weak really helped that out as well. But yeah, we'll discuss UJ in a moment. It was looking good yesterday, a big week after news. I was going to add to my shorts, but the DXY looked weak, so I probably saved myself an L. MSSY placed more importance on the DXY. It looks like the actual dollar pair itself. Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with that. I think when you are trading the USD pairs, you're effectively trading USD. You might see Aussie dollar move better than Euro dollar, or pound dollar move better than dollar Swiss, but effectively you're trading USD. They're all going to kind of move in the exact same way, just at different speeds based on the currency strength of the currency the USD is partnered with. So if pound is stronger than euro, pound USD will push up better than euro USD, but they'll probably both still go up, and you'll see that across the board. So that's why I do keep an eye on the DXY, because effectively when I'm trading the major pairs, I'm trading USD. If USD is going to keep falling, then you're going to see euro go up, pound go up, New Zealand dollar go up, Aussie dollar go up, dollar CHF go down, dollar CAD go down. So yeah, USD is definitely the governing force there. Same with the yen pairs as well. It doesn't really matter what yen pair you're trading; they're all going to kind of move the same way. Like I said, different speeds depending on the strengths and weaknesses, but they'll move the same way. Okay, so we'll go through GJ. Follow the Trend said they are short on this one, and yeah, I like it. I mean, I would want price to break the support a little bit more aggressively, and clear it by a little bit more distance, because it looks like we've just kind of had a nice little break and retest of that area, but that's more like an intraday trade, which I would expect, would be your position, like 15-minute or something. So you can see the retest there. It's not a bad short there at all. Of course, me working on the 4 hour, I would like price to drop a bit and then come up for the retest. So that would be something I would be looking at. But on the 15, I can see the retest there you're talking about. And yeah, I mean, looking for a swing to the downside, at least to the lows, makes sense there. I think there is a lot of downside, a lot of room for pound yen to fall into should we see that swing. I'm looking at this zone down here, which is that daily support around 183. We could see a move all the way down there should we see this bearish trend continue. You said your target's 186, which is about here-ish. Yeah, I mean, if we are going to see price swing back to the low, 186 probably will be hit as well. So yeah, I like the trade. Yeah, there's not much I can say about that. I like the trade. I mean, like I said, me being me, I'd want price to break through and then retest first a little bit more aggressively. But if price is going to hold that as resistance, it's a nice prospect. If it were to break back above, yeah, I'd imagine you would just stop out that trade and then look for your next opportunity. Because if you do break back inside the range, then you don't really want to be shorting anymore. At that point, we might see a push up higher. So I would imagine your stop loss is above the high there somewhere. So yeah, I like that trade. I think the yen pairs are gearing up for some more downside, really. I cannot complain about that. Okay, where was we? Manzoni, how much of an impact do you think IMS manufacturing service report will have? Again, I wouldn't, well, on paper, not much, but it could cause a movement. It depends what it comes out. It depends if it's very, very different to what it's expected to come out as. So, typically any news can move the market quite a lot if the actual value is quite different from the consensus or the expected. When I'm trading personally, the only news that I'm really kind of keeping an eye on is NFP, FOMC, and CPI. I'll keep an eye on like interest rates for like Bank of Canada, Bank of England, so on and so forth. So keep an eye on that, but I'm more focused on the big news, because the smaller news, they're kind of everywhere. And as a swing trader, it's difficult for me to trade around them. So I kind of just welcome them really. But yeah, coming to the afternoon, we might see a bit of movement. I mean, we didn't have big news yesterday, but we did see a pretty big move. So it just depends what it comes out as, but it does have the potential to move the market if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, my eyes are kind of just focused for tomorrow for NFP. News today, PMI in the afternoon, which is the one you're talking about. We've got some USD PMI as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna focus too much on that really. We will take a look at UJ. Ben went short the DAX last night, 18,550. Squeezed a bit this morning. We'll see. Okay, we'll take a look at the DAX. If I get stopped out, we'll still look bearish. Okay. Yeah, and that's the idea I was talking about yesterday on the stream as well, that if you do take a short and you do get stopped out, you do take a long and you do get stopped out, it's because, well, you got stopped out, but not necessarily the trade idea or the move or the bias you're looking at is incorrect per se. You might just see price go a little bit higher or a little bit lower first before you do see your move. So sometimes you want to get back in a second opportunity. Definitely, if you've got a positive risk reward, that is definitely something you want to be looking at. OP, okay, we'll take a look at pound CHF. Okay, Aussie dollar on the 5 minute. I'm trading on the 4 hour, but I will go take a look at Aussie dollar on the 5 minute for you. RH night, no problem. You cannot hear my voice. Please check your mic. Is anyone else having issues with my voice or hearing? I think that might be your end, Raheel. Imagine more people would have mentioned that. Okay, all good, all good. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, that might be your end, mate. Not too sure. All right, great. Good. We're good to go. Dollar far more important than any currency. Pound could be very bullish, but if dollar's also bullish, yeah, I agree as well. Yeah, I mean, of course, USD is the reserve currency, is the most important currency, and it kind of dictates all, which is why it's the only kind of currency index I will look at. I don't really look at the Japanese basket or pound or whatever. I only look at the dollar, and it does help a lot. It does help a lot, I must say. I used to not really focus too much on the DXY, but then as I gain more experience, I realize it's pretty useful. Anywho, we'll go through. Completely forgot which pair. UJ. Ross, you said you're short from this one, 159. Damn. 159. You sure about that? It's all the way up here. 159. How many pips is that? That's 1,500 pips. If that's where you're short from, that's a phenomenal move. 1,500. That's no small move. Damn. And you're looking at 138 as well. So your overall kind of pip target would be about 2,100 pips. That is huge. Actually, yeah, 2,000. That's huge. Are you sure 159 not 149? Actually, I don't know, because I remember you were talking about some shorts yesterday, but that was like 146 area or 44. Anyway, we'll go through Aussie New Zealand dollar for you. Raheel, we'll take a look at Aussie dollar and pound CHF as well on the 5 minute, and then we'll take a look at pound Swissy. So yeah, with Aussie dollar, I'm currently long in this one. We'll take a look at it on the 5 minute. Let me just go to a different Aussie dollar chart because I don't want to remove all my drawings. Go to Oanda. So yeah, I mean, this one from a swing perspective, I can do separate analysis for that. But on intraday level, we are consolidating here on the 5 minute at least. Anyway, I think from a 5 minute perspective, you just want to kind of just take advantage of what price is doing, which is very much just ranging between the high and the low here. This is very much a big obstacle for price, and this is very much a big obstacle for price here. It looked like price was breaking out there, but of course that has kind of failed. If we are going to break to the upside, then you do want to see price above this, and then you're looking for opportunities to take it back to the high there. I feel like that could be a really nice trade kind of coming into New York session. If we were going to pick up some pace and looking for some retest somewhere, maybe the retest of the high there, that could be a nice opportunity to trade. At the moment, we're kind of just back and forth, and maybe we're going to push back into the low end of the range, which then could be a nice buy to take it back up again. You can see prices being really effective at holding this 0.67150 area. That could provide some nice support there as well. And if we're going to sell off as well, that could be a nice place to short from too. So it depends what you're looking for. If you're depending to look to trade the range, then you've got some nice opportunity to trade back and forth between 0.672 and 0.671. If you're looking for some breakouts, momentum, looking to try and ride a bit of a trend, then effectively you want to see price clear the high there or clear the low, and then looking for some opportunities, on the back of that, on some pullbacks. So that's kind of how I'd be looking at USD on the AUD on the 5 minute. It's been a long time since I've analyzed anything on the 5 minute, but the price action ain't too bad. It's just very, very choppy. But if it can break through that, then there's some nice targets to work with. So yeah, that's kind of what I'll be looking at on the 5. Hopefully that made sense as well. We'll go through pound CHF next. So yeah, pound CHF still ranging. My thoughts are with pound CHF. I actually do like pound CHF if it can commit to the downside, because looking at pound CHF, we're just having a really nice retest off this low here. And after a really phenomenal break to the downside, some really heavy candles, breaking lower. And now we're having a retest of that. Price is kind of just making up its mind whether it wants to respect that area and sell off, or it's just kind of building up for a break higher. If it can break to the downside and clear this 4-hour range here, then that to me would be a really nice opportunity for some shorts. And there is a lot of downside room. If we're going to come back to the swing low there, that's no small trade at all. Over here, bit of a fake out. Well, speaking on this last week, I did say it looks like we're about to break out, but it turned into a bit of a dud there, bit of a fake out. The market broke back inside. But if you can commit finally, then of course a retest of that would make a lot of sense. And even buys as well. If we're to break to the upside, that could be a nice situation for a buy there. Pretty much similar to the Aussie position we looked at on the 5 minute. We're consolidating. If you want to play the range, you can look to do that. But what I would be interested for pound CHF is if we can break to the low and then find some shorts like that, because that way I know that if momentum is going to continue, it's probably going to be in my favor there. So that could be a really nice swing back to 1.08. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for pound Swiss. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I do like it if it can break lower. And then there could be some nice opportunities to follow it to the downside. Okay, where was I? Definitely missed out some charts with some people. If I've missed out a chart you recommended or you wanted me to look at, just drop it down in the chat again and we'll take a look. CAD-Gen, that was it. CAD-Gen for favor. I will go through CAD-Gen for you. Yeah, never knew how much emphasis the world puts on the dollar. Yeah, that's very true. Trading's definitely opened my eyes up to that as well. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Ben. I mean, that I think trading's opened my eyes to that as well. I mean, before I got involved in trading, you know, I wouldn't really think too much about currencies of the world, USD, gold, financial markets. That was just, I mean, yeah, I got involved when I was 17. So before that, I was very, very clueless about that world, to be honest. Okay, so take a look at Aussie, New Zealand dollar, then I'll go through CAD yen as well. So yeah, I must admit, Aussie, New Zealand dollar, not a big fan of this pair at all. Don't really know what it's doing, to be honest. So it's not on my watch list at all, and I'm not interested in trading this one. To be honest, you can see this in the monthly chart, and you can see even the monthly is consolidating. So what hope do we have when the monthly is consolidating like this? Not much. At least when you're looking to trade trends anyway. So very, very tricky price action to deal with. It looks like price has kind of rejected the high of this range with insider range. So kind of got price high there, low. Actually, can probably move it up there. Got the low there, got the high there. The price kind of faked the highs. So possibly we might be seeing price use that to its advantage and continue back to the lower end of the range. That makes sense to me. But then the trick is, how do we trade that? How do you find setups to take advantage of that? That's the $1 million question, literally. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to tackle this one, to be honest. I mean, if it was to make a move like this, then that's great. There's a clear place to short from, clear place to put a stop loss above there as well. So able to get back up there, retest that area, stop loss above. Yeah, that makes sense. Not that it will play out, but at least the trade idea makes sense. You got something to work with. At these prices here, especially when we're in the middle of the range, it becomes a lot more difficult to find good, solid locations for a short. Because this is where you're going to get maximum chaos, maximum speculation. The market's going to be up and down, and it's just not going to be moving too well. So I want to avoid placing shorts in these areas, and more so in those areas where I want to focus at. So if we do make a move like that, that'll be great. If not, then there might be something on the breaking test of this low. Should it be a nice breakout to follow that lower? I'm not completely sold on that opportunity, to be honest. For me, I'm not looking to touch the pair really, but something like that could look good. And if we don't get that, then a retest of that low is probably your best bet for a trade. But either which way, from a buyer's point of view, I would say I'm longer term bearish, looking for a push into the low of the range. Just, yeah, difficult to trade this one. Difficult to trade. So that's kind of where I'm at with Aussie, New Zealand dollar. We'll go through CAD yen next. Gold, sell or buy. That's always the question, sell or buy. Again, I could say buy, I could say sell. It doesn't really matter really, because you need a place for a stop loss, you need a place for your targets, essentially, how you're going to manage the trade. So I'm not going to just say buy or sell. I'll go through my analysis with gold, and you can use that how you want to. I'm not going to say buy or sell gold. And Keba, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome. Okay, good. Happy to help. RH Knight. OP, have you noticed the consolidation in all the pound pairs? Yeah, to be fair, thinking about it now, I mean, no, not really, but thinking about it now, pound CHF is consolidating, pound CAD, a little bit of consolidation there, really. Euro pound is consolidating there as well. Pound Aussie consolidating, although it looks like it's breaking higher. Pound NZD kind of consolidation there too. Pound USD, not really. I would say that one's consolidating, and then pound yen, that one is consolidating as well. So I think I don't know if that's specific to pound, because I think euro pairs wouldn't be too far off it as well. Nah, yeah, you're right. Pound's a bit more on the consolidation side of things. Maybe we're going to see a breakout soon. Is there any big pound news coming up next week? Not too sure. When was the last time we had the Bank of England interest rates? I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Good morning, Karis. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Aussie New Zealand dollars like euro pound on steroids. I would agree. To be honest, I would agree. How's all the currency pairs showing you right? This little tab down the right there, watch list details and news. Click on that, and it will come out with a list, and then you can create your own list and stuff and add pairs. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a long time since I did that, but I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Anyway, we'll go through CAD Yen. I was supposed to go through that a while ago. So yeah, CAD Yen, I'm expecting more downside with this one. It does look like the yen pairs are bearish again, or at least trying to be. And I've marked out this 105 area as a place where we could see CAD Yen end up next. Let me just get that to the body. There we go. So I've marked out this big old level here, 105. I do think price is likely to end up there again. We've had such an insane sell-off here. The market's trying to reverse that to the upside, but it's failed. Looks like it's just giving us a big double top, and the price is probably likely to continue. So I'm looking for a push back to 105. So awful line back to 105, and then maybe if we see a breakout back to the wick low here around the 101 500 area. So that's the plan there for CAD Yen. However, at the moment, we're still just about holding on to that support level there. I wouldn't say the breakout is kind of confirmed yet. The wick's there, a little bit deceiving. I'd want to see some closures below, and then that could open up the opportunities for some shorts back to 105. And then if you see a break of 105, I'm looking at the swing low there. So the plan is basically looking for that momentum on the left to then just continue, basically, because it looks like we've just formed a top. So you expect it to continue anyway. And 105 will be the next target. But yeah, you can see the break of that. If not, we might find support here and push back up again, which could be an opportunity in itself here, really looking to play the low and the high of the range. But yeah, I'm not really looking to do that. I want price to commit lower, get the break and retest, and then trade it to 105. And looking at something similar on pound yen, euro yen's kind of made the break as well. Aussie yen's kind of made the break too. Swiss yen, yeah, looking for that to break lower too. So yeah, CAD Yen, top down perspective, there's room to the downside. And we might even see that move before the end of the week. Okay, where was I? We'll go through gold, and then we'll take a look at the DAX as well for Ben. Tizzy, good morning. I'm doing good. Hope you're well. My gold long from yesterday, 24.76, hit my take profit 1. Nice, 25.07. Holding to final take profit 25.28. Sounding good there. Yeah, gold has been pretty bullish, pretty bullish, moving upside. Whatever happened this morning, it happened well for gold. It was a really strong push to the upside, and now I'm just expecting price to go and hit the high there at 25.30, and your take profit is 25.28, basically the same area. So to me, it's looking like a really high chance that we get there. Of course, anything can happen. I don't want to jinx you either. Anything can happen, but yeah, I would expect us just to continue back to the high of the range, because we have been ranging. So now that we rejected the low of the range, you're expecting price to then push back to the high of the range. So, textbook stuff here from gold. And if you do see a breakout, I'm looking for more upside there as well. But a push back to the high, I think before the end of the week, is looking pretty likely. And maybe we might see some bit of noise with NFP. I mean, I wonder if maybe price might get there before NFP. And that's probably what you want price to do anyway, because NFP could do anything really. So you probably want price to hit there before NFP. But yeah, Technicals, I would expect more upside. It does align with that. So yeah, hopefully Aussie dollar, Aussie dollar, that's my trade. Hopefully gold can keep pushing to the upside. And it's gonna be interesting to see what silver does as well, because I expect silver to follow gold, but silver's got a big resistance in its way. If it can break through that, that's looking really interesting. Like I said, something like that could be a nice trade. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with gold. In terms of the DAX, we'll take a look. OP looking to enter any particular trade soon? Not really. I mean, I entered Aussie dollar longs literally about an hour ago, so I'll go over that in a moment. But a lot of trades have left me in the dust a little bit. Euro USD, pounds, gold. USD CAD was quite there, so a lot of positions have kind of left without me. Some due to my fault, some that I just kind of missed my level. I've hopped into Aussie dollar, so I'll go over that in detail. But there's nothing else which I'm looking to enter right now, really. Let me just go through the DAX quickly. What's the DAX again? GR 30. So yeah, with the DAX, oh wow, look at that. We came right back into the high and had a big sell-off there. So yeah, it looks like price is really struggling at the high there. Last time we spoke about the DAX, I believe we're here. And I just said I'm expecting price just to get to the high anyway. The market's been so bullish, the high's there. There's a lot of liquidity above that. There's a good chance we'll get there. And I was saying the same thing about S&P as well, but S&P just missed the high there, unfortunately. But the DAX followed through on that move. But now it's looking pretty bearish. Did you say you have a trade, Ben, on the DAX? I can't remember. In terms of my thoughts though on the DAX, I would say nice rejection from the high. I mean, there is a lot of room to the downside should we want to sell off. You know, last time we were here, big move down, and then we had some follow through there. You know, we could even see a move back down to that low there. That wouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world. I wouldn't really be looking to buy anymore now that we've hit the high and rejected it. So buy isn't already the thing for me. If you do go and break the high, then maybe something like that could interest me. But yeah, I wouldn't really be long buys. And I think shorts look good. I would say something like this back into that low. That could be a nice little short there because we kind of consolidated here. Equal highs up there, equal lows. We've since broken through that. Nice little retest. That could be a nice little intraday short. Yeah, at least back into this area here. And then maybe further down as well. But yeah, in my book, I would say the DAX kind of looks good for a short. But I would want price to push up and retest that area. We might sell off from here, but you know, after such a nice move, I would kind of want to pull back from that. But again, more speaking in terms of intraday, I wouldn't look to try and swing for anything crazy. There is room to the downside, yeah. But I think if you were to get a big move like that, it's kind of, you're a bit fortuitous there. You know, you can just trail some stops, see out, leave some positions to run. But I'll focus this one intraday. A retest of that looks like a nice short to me, especially with the momentum there. And then I'll be looking at, you know, taking profit as we come into these areas. So yeah, DAX, I can see some intraday downside there after a pullback. But I'll kind of just take price action day by day now. Now that we reached the high and rejected the high, it's either prices had a reaction because there'll be a lot of profit taking and it might be forming a higher low to now continue, or maybe we're actually, you know, getting ready to reverse. So I'm not quite sold on if I'm bullish or bearish yet, which is why I would just be focused on short-term moves until my high time frame bias clicks. Okay, I'll go through my Aussie dollar position. First, we'll go through pound CADs. Looking promising on the sell. Okay, we'll take a look. In Keba, USDCHF. Is that 1 day? Damn, that's a lot of numbers there, I'm not gonna lie, in Keba. I mean, I'll go have a look at dollar CHF and I'll tell you what I'm looking at. And I'll take a look at the dollar as well. Descending channel, trend line resistance break. I'm liking the analysis there, all written out nicely. But I'll go take a look and share my bias. Okay, but 18,550 entry stops at 18,695. Squeezing again now. Where is 18,695? 695. Okay, your stops around there. Okay, so you're giving yourself a bit of room there to work with, to be honest. 18,550. That's around here-ish. Giving yourself a bit of room. If it does break out, it does break out. The trade wasn't meant to be. But again, you could be looking at some other opportunity to short up here as we come back into 18,800. I'll say 18,800, 1850. That could be another place for a short. Because again, positive risk reward. If one trade doesn't play out, but then the other trade does play out, so 1 to 2, you win that trade. You walk away with 1R. If you repeat that 100 times, you walk away 50R. So that's profitability there, and very, very profitable as well. So yeah, I like it, but yeah, if we do break higher, there's the opportunity to short again. If you do get stopped, if I get stopped, okay, fair enough, my man. Fair enough. Maybe he just wants to push a little bit higher. So yeah, I'm currently in some longs for Aussie dollar. I hopped into the position a little bit late, but that's my fault. Really, I should be in the trade from yesterday here, but in fairness to me, it has barely moved since that entry signal. So that's why I can still hop in now. I was looking to do the same with gold this morning, but gold was way over here, so I definitely missed that boat. But luckily enough for me, Aussie dollar hasn't moved yet, so I've hopped into that one. But again, the idea is pretty simple. We've had a really big recovery here, nice V-shaped pattern. Typically, when we do see these patterns, these V-shaped patterns, they are a sign of a reversal. What's up, Lauder? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. So I'm looking for the correction of that V-shape for continuation back to the high. I've marked out a few areas where I'm willing to give it a stab. So 0.66671. This area here is a nice place where I would look for re-entry should this one fail. And if all else fails, we'll go down to here. And again, looking for the same move. You can see the risk reward in all of them is looking pretty good. 1 to 2 for the first trade, 1 to 3 for the second, and about 1 to 5 for the third. So, you know, if these two fail and that plays out, still walking away 2R. This one fails, that plays out, still walking away 2R. And of course, if that one works, you're walking away with 2R anyway. So I'm looking for entries at those areas. I've had the first stab at this level here, solid resistance previously, expecting that to hold as support. And I've marked out this area here as my target where I'm expecting the market to get to, looking at that recovery, pullback, and a continuation. So yeah, we'll see how that trade plays out. I'm very bearish on the USD. I still do see USD keep. I still expect USD to keep falling. But yeah, USD's got to break through this level here at 101. So that's the obstacle. If we can break through that, I should be looking good. And yeah, Aussie needs to be a bit strong as well, because I think Aussie's a bit weak. Because Euro is pushing up pretty nicely, so is Pound, but Aussie's struggling. So I need to find some strength from somewhere for Aussie. But yeah, that is the plan for the Aussie dollar long position. But yeah, pretty bearish on USD. So pairs like Pound, Euro, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, gold expecting to go up, and dollar CHF, dollar CAD expecting to go down, and probably dollar yen for that as well. Lauder managed to get that gold and silver move this morning. Nice. Took profit as I wait for the New York session. looking good, Lord, I must admit. Jealous. I was looking at gold as well, missed that opportunity, and gold is looking very, very bullish this morning. Again, USD is weak, but it's not that weak. I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I mean, at least this morning anyway. Yesterday it was pretty weak, but this morning it's not that weak. But gold doesn't need that. Gold is just on a mad one right now, looking really bullish. So yeah, I'm expecting gold to keep that going. I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks so much for that message. It really does help out. And yeah, guys, please be sure to drop a like on the stream. It does really help out. Appreciate everyone who has liked the stream so far, and thanks to everyone who has subscribed to the channel as well. Of course, if you haven't, what are you waiting for? William, no problem, man. Have a good one. We'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys. Catch you tomorrow. I'm not leaving the stream. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. But yeah, gold is looking really good, really good. So expecting more upside from that one. And yeah, USD isn't even that weak this morning, so that means gold is just really naturally strong. And of course, silver doing that as well. Nice push to the upside, but silver's got a big barrier of resistance above it, which I need to see broken. And then maybe you can use that to our advantage for some longs, probably next week sometime, because I'm still being put off by these lower highs. 1, 2, 3. You know, silver to me can still very much see another drop. So I'm not really interested in looking to long silver just yet. If it was to break back above that, as I mentioned earlier, I would be interested. Am I going to trade NFP tomorrow? Again, I don't look to trade NFP. I just have a position on, and then NFP comes around. So I don't look to trade NFP. But yeah, I'm in an Aussie dollar trade, and if I'm not exited that position by NFP, then yes, I will be trading this Aussie dollar long position throughout NFP. So that would be nice to watch. I will be doing a special NFP stream on tomorrow, Friday, to cover the stream. So do look out for that. And if I'm still in this position by then yeah, I will be looking to hold the Aussie dollar long throughout NFP. But yeah, I don't exclusively look to trade NFP. It's just if I'm in a trade, yeah, then I'll hold it through the news. So yeah, that's my take on that. I never really look to go and trade news. If I'm in the trade and news comes out, then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't really have a strategy around trading NFP. But yeah, euro looking like a flower that just blossomed here. It's looking really bullish. And unfortunately, might have missed that move. I'm not too gutted about that because I'm trading Aussie dollar. So it's the same move, although I think euro just will be a bit stronger. So it might have a cleaner move up higher than Aussie dollar. We'll see. But yeah, euro looking pretty bullish, pound looking pretty bullish as well. I'm just naturally expecting these guys to keep pushing up. New Zealand dollar, I was talking a lot about this one at the start of the week, but it broke underneath this level here. So it made it very awkward for me to trade. So that's why my attention has shifted to Aussie dollar, which is why I'm long that one. But if New Zealand dollar can get back above that high, then I'll be still expecting that move there. USD CAD came somewhat close to that level there at 1.36. This is where I was looking to short yesterday. Yeah, came about 3/4 of the way up before selling off. And again, it might still push up. So I'm not going to rule it out, but I don't think we will. Dollar CHF, not really interested in. Still looking pretty bearish, but I'm not interested in this one. That's pretty it for the USD pairs for me. And then CHF pairs, I like pound. The rest, not so much. If pound can break out, that's looking good. And Keba, Euro Aussie supply 4H zone. I forgot about your previous message. I was supposed to look at dollar CHF and DXY and pound CAD as well. Poor. Forgetting people's pairs. I'll go through that in a moment. And we'll add Euro Aussie as well to the list. Okay, Euro CAD as well, demand zone by around 1.49. Okay, let me go through pound CAD first. Okay, so pound CAD, we've had a really nice breakout of that descending channel. So you said you're looking to shorts. Yeah, looking to sell pound CAD. Yeah, I can get behind that if we push back to the high. Because yeah, we're at massive resistance, which I've mentioned a few times now, but this is the monthly chart there for pound CAD. Really big resistance here. As you can see, pretty much every time we come into the level, we've seen rejection, apart from this time, which is still rejection, but a bit of a fake out beforehand. And then we kind of sell off. Now we're back that area again. There's going to be a reaction, which we've seen so far, but it could continue if the market is going to stay respecting that area. So if you're looking to short pound CAD, I would wait for a push back to the high. Around 1.785, and then I can get stop loss above the high here, and then look for shorts from that degree, because shorting here, especially if a stop loss above here, leaves yourself quite vulnerable. Should the market push up a little bit higher, back to the high, your stop's good as gone there. So at least here, you're making the market work a little bit harder to take that stop, and if it does, it's probably going to break out to the upside anyway. At least here, you might get stopped out just to see price moving direction, which again is not the worst thing in the world. You can always look to re-enter. But I think just in terms of location and quality of the location, shorting a little bit higher would make a bit more sense as we approach back at this high here. So if you're looking to short pound CAD, I'd wait a bit more upside back to around the 1.785 and then entertain some shorts. We have broken out that descending channel, so I do think we'll continue up anyway. But if you're still looking to short pound CAD, I'll wait for us to get right to the high, and then I'll look to take the short. Not really my type of trade, but if we're going to reject that level, it makes sense to place your shorts up there, and you've got a lot of room for the market to fall into as well. Should we reject that area? So the risk reward will be looking pretty good too. But yeah, that's kind of my take on pound CAD. And if we break the area, then I'll reanalyze and we'll go from there. But for now, we're still rejecting that level pretty well. In terms of dollar CHF, so as I said, for dollar CHF, we're still looking really bearish on it. The market has been so consistent with these lower highs: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and potentially 7 there as well. Nice little daily candle closure there as well. We've got massive support there. So if this is going to be number 7, then you're just kind of expecting price to end up back at support. I wouldn't say we're expected to break through this, because it is a pretty meaningful, significant level. There are some areas we could fall into, which is down here, but I'm not going to call that. This is the monthly chart anyway. That's going to take a long minute for us to get there, so we're not really interested in that low anyway. But what I can say is that we're very consistent with the lower highs, and there's probably a great chance the market is going to push back to that low at some point. We're going to say at some point this week, probably not this week, maybe by next. And again, if you're looking for opportunities to short this one, I would say you want to see a bit of a move to the upside, a lower high form, and then a drop, kind of like we did here. Nice pullback, lower high, drop. You kind of want to see that happen. You don't want to be selling the market here, especially after a bearish phase. You want price to go through another bullish cycle and then find the sell somewhere, and then take the short. Or even better, if we push back to the high there, retest the high there, find some shorts, stop loss above the high, and then yeah, looking to take it to the low. That to me makes sense there for dollar CHF. So yeah, dollar CHF I would be bearish on. It's another USD pair, so I'm not going to be expecting anything different really. And there is room to the downside back down to 0.841. But if you're looking for entries, if you're not already in the position, you want to see price move up again and then take your shorts. You're looking to buy dollar CHF from the daily chart. 0.84175. Okay, so you're looking to buy from that area there. So yeah, I mean, it looks like price can probably get there, which is the sell I'm talking about, which then could line up with the buy you're talking about there as well. Yeah, I'm not so bullish on USD, so I'm not really looking for any swings favoring USD strength for now, unless things change. I'm only kind of oriented for dollar weakness right now. And I know the USD is at major support as well, so there is some confidence there. So yeah, we are at major support, but I do expect us to break through. Of course, if I'm wrong, then of course we'll see USD strength and DXY push up. USD will push up as well. So if I'm wrong, that will happen. But of course, if you're looking to buy dollar CHF anyway, you want price to be back at support anyway. So the bearish move I'm looking for looks pretty good, either opportunity, and then we can discuss some longs once we get back at the low. And you're looking for a swing to 103.990 on the dollar. 103.990. That's around here. Yeah, it's a pretty big move, but reasonable one as well. If you are going to reject the low, you can see previous times we've seen some big moves to the upside. So seeing another one won't be unheard of. So I like that. I like that. But for now, expecting us to keep falling. So yeah, that's kind of my outlook on dollar CHF and the DXY. And then we can probably discuss some longs maybe as we approach NFP or maybe sometime next week. Depends how price reacts with NFP anyway. Okay, we'll go through Euro Aussie next. You're looking to, okay, 4-hour supply zone around 1.67, and then you're looking to buy Euro CAD as well. Okay, I'll look at Euro Aussie first. So Euro Aussie supply zone 675. Okay, that's quite far up. That's about here-ish. Oh, 67 to 675. So that's here, that zone. And then target 628. Ooh, that's a big one. That's the low. So yeah, I actually don't mind it, to be fair. I actually like it. I mean, there's a massive resistance zone there as well. I don't mind it because I've been looking to short Euro Aussie, to be honest, but it just hasn't kind of fit the mold, fit the plan. I was originally looking to shorten the retest of this zone here this week, but it didn't really line up with me. I was looking for the entries there on the hourly at the time, and it just broke straight through. 4 hour, didn't see much of a rejection either. Now price is actually using that as support. So I have been pretty bearish on Euro Aussie, but the price action isn't there for me to actually take any trades. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. And maybe if we do go for a bigger pullback to come back and we test that resistance, that is definitely not a bad place for a short. And the swing back to the low makes a lot of sense as well. I mean, effectively, we're kind of ranging really for Euro Aussie, to be honest. So I think looking to take some shorts as we approach the higher of the range makes perfect sense to me. And looking to short back down to the low of the range, it makes perfect sense to me as well. So I like that opportunity there in Euro Aussie. Nice kind of swing swing outlook of the market. I was looking for the short on the lower time frames, but it wasn't to be. So maybe we now go through a bit of a bullish cycle back to 1.67, and then we can see that follow through around that area. And like I said, it lines up with a really big swing high here, which gave us a really big move to the downside. We could see a repeat of that as well. So yeah, I do like that. I do like that, to be honest. Not sure if I'll take that position, but it makes sense technically, which is the most important thing. And then you were talking about a Euro CAD position as well. Euro CAD's already had a bit of a move there. Euro CAD, you were mentioning by around 1.49320, target 1.498. $493.20. And you drop back to the 4 hour. Okay, so around there, and then back to 1.498. Okay, that's back to the swing high pretty much. So I like it. So I remember you actually talking about this opportunity last week, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've kind of seen that move anyway. But yeah, I don't mind. I mean, longer term, I'm looking for EuroCAD to actually see a lot more downside, because you come back to this high here, we had a big reaction. I do think EuroCAD can actually see a pretty big move down. But of course, we've got some support to contend with, and at the moment, it's actually rejecting price pretty well. So I like the downside there for EuroCAD. And of course, you're looking for a bit more of a shorter term move as we come and react with this low. So we could pull back and then continue a little bit higher. That is the case, and that's kind of the move you're after. I don't mind that. I mean, you're buying from a sensible place, a really strong high here. Of course, this will be flipped to support. There's somewhat of a bullish trend in the market, so there's that kind of general bullish momentum on the higher time frames that will, of course, aid your trade. And you're not looking for anything crazy as well. It kind of lines up with the retest of that low there. So I like it. I like the proposition there. You're not looking for anything crazy. And yeah, from my analysis anyway, I do think the bigger move is to the downside as well. But maybe we come up and retest the high first before we do the sell. So I think short-term buys, or at least shorter-term buys, make sense there for EuroCAD. And then maybe the floodgates open to the downside after we retest the high, maybe. But yeah, I'm not interested in EuroCAD shorts just yet. It's a pair that I'm keeping an eye on, but nothing that I'm actually interested to take just yet, because a lot of things need to develop first before I take a sell. Pound CAD likewise as well. In fact, the CAD pairs I'm not really eyeing up at all. I was eyeing up NZD CAD, but it turned out to be a bit of a fake out above that high. I was looking for the retest of this zone to buy, but yeah, it came back below. So NZD CAD not quite doing it for me. Hopefully we can find some strength to push back above. Looks like we're kind of descending now. That could be a nice buy next week. So yeah, in terms of my watch list, I mean, we're kind of speaking in terms of next week, really, because the opportunity that was after this week was gold longs, euro longs, Aussie longs, pound USD longs, and USD CAD shorts. Those are the main pairs I was looking at. Euro and pound didn't set up, or at least how I wanted them to. So yeah, nothing to report there. Aussie dollar, I got involved with, so we'll see how that pans out for the rest of the week. Dollar CAD didn't set up as well, not quite there. And then gold was on me, missing that opportunity there. And even if I did take the gold position, I would still take the Aussie as well, because gold is a different kettle of fish. It's a commodity, it's not an FX pair. it is linked with USD. So when USD is weak, gold tends to be strong, and vice versa. But gold can be bullish and dollar can be bullish too. So it's not so intrinsically linked. So I can long gold and long Aussie and still be okay and still have a failed trade in Aussie, let's say, and gold plays out and vice versa. So it's not extremely correlated as with the major pairs. But yeah, gold looking really bullish. The next best opportunity would now be the retest of 25.30. But yeah, I'm expecting gold to keep pushing up. That's a really strong candle closure this morning. A really, really strong close. Of course, silver did the same. But yeah, expecting that just to kind of push on. So in terms of my watch list going into the remaining days of the week or day of the week, and then next week, I think yen pairs are making a comeback. They're not quite there yet for me to start looking to play shorts, but I feel like especially with NFP tomorrow, I mean, some of the USD news might affect the yen pairs today as well, but really with NFP tomorrow, we could see some really nice opportunities brewing up here with the yen pairs, and I'm particularly on about shorts as well. So I think a lot of yen pairs could make the watch list next week. Dollar pairs is still the same idea in terms of expected weakness for the USD, so euro to push up. So if this was to come back down, it would still be an opportunity I would be interested to buy. Same with pound as well. Aussie dollar, I'll keep managing this one. Like I said, I've got a few opportunities I'm looking at for Aussie dollar. If this first trade doesn't play out, I've got the second opportunity there and the third one there. So I could be looking to deal with Aussie dollar quite a bit. Depends how the price action moves. Gold, I'll keep an eye on for the breaking me test. That's a really nice opportunity to me. CAD pairs, not really interested in. Euro CAD, no. Aussie CAD, no. Pound CAD, no. New Zealand CAD, no. UNZD, I like it. But again, is it going to retrace for me all the way here? Not sure. I mean, if Euro Aussie does the move you mentioned in Keba, then UNZD might do that same move as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. We'll see. But these pairs are a little bit less. They're not as high in the watch list. And UNZD was on the watch list this week, and it will be on next week as well. Pound NZD, no, it broke through that area of confluence. Euro Aussie, no as well, it broke through that area of confluence. And Pound Aussie, no, because it's breaking to the upside. I was expecting this one to break to the downside this week and find some shorts like so. So this for me is not what I wanted to see. The Euro Pound, I do like. It's a bit too corrective, and that's the thing with Euro Pound. It can be a bit messy sometimes, but I'll see how we react with the high there around 0.845 or 0.85. These are the areas I'm looking to short from. I'll see what we can do, but it's really taking its sweet time. It's really taking its sweet time, which might be a good thing. But it all depends how it gets there. So far, it's moving okay. But if it suddenly kind of just breaks out and sees a big close like that, then of course, that would lose my interest. But for now, still looking to take a short back to that low. And same thing up there, 0.85 there as well. And then, yeah, CHF pairs, the only one that tickles my fancy will be Pound Swiss. And even with this one, it still needs to go for a breakout as well, which could take some time. And then, yeah, that pretty much sums up what I'm looking at for next week. Is anyone in any trades right now? And a few people are in some positions. Is anyone going to be looking to hold trades through NFP tomorrow? And then there's always a few brave soldiers on the stream who partake in NFP. I mean, I probably will at this rate because Aussie dollar, my stop loss is pretty wide. So yeah, it would be highly unlikely that I'm stopped out before the NFP news, or that would hit my target before NFP news, or trading up high. So most likely I'll be trading this one through the news anyway. My views, market does does new things. I'm not in for NFP. Okay, so you're not looking to trade NFP. I assume that's what you mean there. Check Nasdaq. Okay, we'll have a look at the Nasdaq. I haven't really gone through the indices yet. See rejection. I'm going going big. Okay. Around 18,400 zone buy. Okay, we're going big on Nas. Okay, yeah, Nas had a big sell-off this week. Really big sell-off. I was expecting Nas to get to the high. Still am, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good, I must say. But yeah, I'll go take a look at Nas. You're looking to buy around 18,400, 500. Okay, where is that? 1845, 1845. I'm just going to mark 18.4 there. It's not a bad place for a long. Not a bad place at all. I like it because it kind of lines up the high here as well. And kind of start this move there too. So I like it. I like where you're looking to buy from. Location makes a lot of sense to me. And I still would expect to see Nas drift back to the high there as well, to 2,700. So I must admit, I like that. I like the idea. I like the setup. What time frame do you normally take a trade from? Normally on that 1 hour time frame. Normally hourly time frame is my bread and butter, but I've been very busy lately, so I'm looking to scale my time frame up to the 4 hour for entries and trade management. So again, it's not really a big shift, but it does help in terms of my chart time, because when I trade the hourly chart, I could potentially get an entry signal every hour from 8 a.m. UK time all the way to 5 p.m. UK time. Whereas with the 4 hour, the candle closes every 4 hours. So now, for me, all the candles I'm worrying about: 6 a.m. close, 10 a.m. close, 2 p.m. close, and effectively the 6 p.m. close, and then you got the daily close at 10. So it means less time to have to be available at the chart, and then I'll be having bigger stop losses and bigger targets as well to compensate as well. But usually it's the hourly, but I'm looking to scale to the 4 hour. Chris, what's up? Okay, you're in US oil short. Oh, I like that. We were looking at oil yesterday. Do you like the shorts for oil? I haven't had much of a pullback since the last time I had a look, but I do think oil is going to keep falling, which will mean CAD's going to be weak as well, which is interesting. And your short pound yen as well, but I'll just do intraday. Okay, only looking for intraday. Wouldn't want to risk the NFP. Fair enough. Makes sense. Good awareness there. If you're just going to keep it intraday, do that. Don't need to take the extra stress or extra pain of NFP. Myself, I'm not too bothered, but of course, you don't need to add the extra stress if you don't need to. But yeah, in terms of Nas, I like this idea of Nas from 18,400 here. That makes a lot of sense for me for a buy, especially coming back into that swing high there on the left, which means mark it as a zone. That looks like a nice place for a buy. You can see it acting really well as support there not too long ago as well. So yeah, I like it. And the market's still relatively bullish as well. So if the trend's going to continue, that's a good place where the trend could continue from. And then you got the swing high over there. You got the swing high all over there. Your target for the trade is going to be 193, which is here, which is a pretty reasonable target as well. I like it. I mean, it's a big swing. But if the daily is going to do the move I'm expecting to do, then I would expect us to get to 19,300. I must say I like it, and Keba, I like it. Okay, I'll go through oil. Where's your targets, Chris, for the oil position? How far are you looking to take? I know you said intraday, but you have a specific target for it? So yeah, oil, I'm very bearish on. I think oil is going to come back to 66, especially after the break of that kind of pennant price action. Really strong break there. Lovely kind of closure last week. Nice shooting star pattern. Big wick to the upside. Closed strongly bearish. Now this week we've just seen the follow through. I know we've still got a day and 12 hours left before this candle does close, but I don't think we're going to be looking too different by Friday. Maybe price might wick up a little bit. I mean, it could wick up a lot to be fair, but as long as we get a solid close beneath that support, that is something I'm interested in. For oil, I mean, I don't trade oil, but that would be an interesting trade idea or opportunity to look to take advantage of. Now I'm expecting a push back to 66, which is that low there. So yeah, I'll be looking for oil to keep falling. Therefore, shorts make a lot of sense to me. I mentioned yesterday it would be nice if we were to get a pullback back into this area, find some shorts, and then a push down. That would be nice. You said you're currently short right now, so that's why I was interested how far you're looking to take it. 68.80. Okay, so you're looking for push into okay, pretty much the low. Yeah, I mean that's really intraday to be fair. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Of course, the analysis I'm looking at is a bigger swing, but you know, if you're in the same direction as the higher time frame, that's always going to be a boost to your trades. And I would expect us to get to that swing low there as well. So I like it. I like it a lot. And if you have a big swing, that could open opportunity for some long-term shorts. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing there for oil. Hopefully that trade plays out well for you. Where was we? Okay, I'll go through pound yen as well. Ben, you're gonna watch the Trading Nick on Riz's podcast. Oh, Trade Nick is on Riz's podcast. I have not seen that. Is it? Has he really published that? Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll go have a little look see. Chris Sunny. Okay, I already read that comment. Why still an oil support ahead? Buy crude oil keeps falling, but pricing here some sort of 66. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm expecting price to get to. So yeah, we're pretty much in the same place because 66.92 is okay. That's a little bit above where I'm talking about. I'm looking for 66 pretty much, but roughly in the same area. So I'm expecting the shorts to that level, and then yeah, we can speak about the buys later on. But yeah, as a solid level of support where we can definitely see a bounce. But for now, I'll be expecting price to remain bearish to get there in the first place. So that's my idea with oil. Okay, so tonight, yeah, I'll definitely tune into that. See what Nick's saying. Oriented or orientated? I don't know, RH Knight. I don't know. Oriented or orientated? I'm gonna say oriented. Oriented. I think oriented is the right word. Orientated. Yeah, that's just me being silly. My bad. My bad. English is my language, but I can't even speak it. No worries, Chris. No worries. Okay, yeah. So yeah, with oil, I'll look for the sell. I'm not too interested in the buy just yet, but of course we are approaching major support, so yeah, there is that room to the upside to bounce from. But for now, I'm expecting us just to sell into that low. So if you're looking at oil for now, shorts make the most sense. keep an eye on your USD, but I don't think it will get there. So yeah, I think for me, yen pairs are just kind of where my eyes are going to be drifting towards now, because USD is kind of in motion. Like I said, I'm buying Aussie dollar, so I'm effectively trading dollar there. Gold has kind of left the station a little bit, so unless that setup arises, which I don't see that happening before the end of the week, I don't think dollars are going to be much of my concern for now. And then yeah, if euro, I don't know if euro has a big sell-off or pound has a big sell-off due to NFP on Friday, I'll keep a lookout for that. But again, I probably won't see the retest of that high or the retest of this high this week. So the dollar pairs, not really too much going on for me, apart from, of course, managing my Aussie dollar position. But the yen pairs could be where it's at least for next week anyway. Definitely with some nice break and retest. I think Euro yen, Aussie yen look the best, but I think I'll probably just focus on Euro. It looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, no problem, Nkeba. Appreciate you coming on. Very true. Even in loss, we do learn every day. 100% FP tomorrow. I'm watching nothing. Will be open. All the best. Nice. Yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow as well. We'll be live again later today as well with Trader Nick. So do watch out for that stream later today, roughly from 1:45 p.m. UK time. So literally about 2 hours from now, I'll be live on the stream. So make sure you check out that stream as well. But I will be doing a NFP special stream on Friday, tomorrow, to cover NFP streams. Of course, I normally stream from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. But I'll be doing another stream after that to cover the infamous NFP, which I probably have a trade going. So it's always more fun when there's a trade on the line. It's always more fun. But yeah, as long as the risk is managed, there's nothing to fear really, especially when you've got a wider stop. Maybe you get slipped a little bit, but it won't be anything crazy because of the wider stop. And then, of course, if it goes in your favor, then it's a good day. All right, no problem, Antonio. Have a good one, my man. Take care. Take care. How's the Aussie dollar position doing? Not much. Yeah, it's going to take its time anyway. So it's a longer swing position, effectively almost trading the daily, really. Target to 128 pips, stop loss 57 pips. So there's a bit of juice there. And if that position should fail, I'll look for a second stab around this area here, looking for the same kind of target roughly. And of course, if that position fails, then I'll look at the third one there. And if that fails, then I'll call it a day there for the long idea there on Aussie dollar, because at that point I was probably mistaken and the market actually probably wants to have a bigger sell-off to the downside, which could be a possibility, but not a possibility I'm looking to trade. I'm exclusively focused on the longs. Should we start breaking through that, I was probably wrong about the analysis. And that's the thing about positive risk reward. You don't have to be right every time or even half the time. This is a 2-to-1. That's a 3-to-1 roughly. That's about 5-to-1. Of course, it will depend if the entry might be exactly those risk rewards. But you're looking at 2-to-1 there, 3-to-1, 4, 5-to-1 there. If that trade plays out, you walk away with 2R. If it fails, you minus 1R. If that trade plays out, you walk away with 2R there, because of course you've got the minus 1 plus 3. And if that trade fails and that trade fails, then you walk away with, and this trade plays out, and you walk away with plus 2 or 3R, depending how it looks, because you took the 2 losses here and then that plays out. So from a risk to reward perspective, it makes such sense. And also it makes you less stressful as well, because you're always not looking to try and pick the right position and put the weight of the world in your shoulders. if you win or not. Of course, if they all fail, then you walk away with -3. But then again, what's 3 losing trades? Very, very small. Very, very, as long as you're managing your risk, 3 losing trades, any trade encounters that. That's very, very normal. And then you move on to the next one. And the funny thing is, all 3 trades of these could fail. And then I take a 3R on a different trade, and then I'm back to square one. So as long as you're treating every trade sincerely, looking at your plan, making sure you're taking the right trades, managing it correctly, doing everything you said you will do. As long as you can do that, then there's nothing really you could have done better apart from reviewing your past trades and seeing where you could improve. But in the moment, you've done anything right, and you can sleep easier at night. Might be in a loss, but at least you can sleep easier. There's nothing worse than taking a trade you said you wouldn't take and then taking a loss because of that. That's like a slap yourself in the face kind of moment. You don't want to do that. Oriented is the word. Yeah, it was. I don't know why I was saying orientated. I was having a little bit of a spasm yesterday, going back and forth between oriented and then orientated. And I just decided to scrap the word together and use something else. But now I know it's oriented. If someone's gig rich, they can just target one-to-one risk reward and martingale and double risk every trade time they lose. Effectively, that is a smart idea. Yeah, but you need price to come back to a certain degree to be profit. Because I like the way you're thinking, Ben. I like the way you're thinking. But effectively, because if I take a trade, let's go back to Aussie dollar. If I take a trade here and I take a loss, I'm down 1R. Take another loss, I'm down 2R. Take another loss, I'm down 3R. If I take another trade, effectively, I need to see price come back to 4R before I can actually walk away for profit, which is good because at some point you probably expect price to do that anyway. As long as the price keeps falling, you probably expect price to do that. But it does come into a situation where, okay, if you got the trend completely wrong and the market keeps falling, you might blow your account first before you make back your money. But there is some theory there, because especially with FX pair, which are kind of sideways in general, for example, we don't really trend too much. But at the same time, if you kept buying over here, you probably would have made your money back. But yeah, there is a theory to that there. I think there's a point where you've got to kind of stop. But in theory, that might make sense. Because you need the risk reward to play out. And if it doesn't, then you just walk away with a big loss. Yeah, true. I mean, of course, the more room you got to draw down, the more room you can work with, because you expect the market to push at some point to the upside. It's just how far does it push? Does it push enough to recoup all your losses, which you would expect it to do at some point? But it's just, when will that happen? It could happen because effectively Aussie dollar could keep trading down for the next 2-3 years. This could keep pushing down like this, so you'll be in a loss for like a year before you actually make it back. And again, like you said, if someone's mega rich, then they don't really care about that either. To be honest, if you're in a drawdown for a year, if you're rich, you don't really care. But of course, regular folk, I don't think you would want to be in drawdown for a year. Man, I would love that story, man. I would love that story, man. I would interview you. I will go to your house or wherever and interview you personally, man, for the YouTube channel, because that would be a great story. was pulling Morgan Jr.'s leg. Yeah, I felt the tug there. I felt the tug. Yeah, because I was having a bit of a fit yesterday between oriented and orientated. Now I know. Now I know. But yeah, I like the idea, Ben. I like the idea, Ben. Just got to win the lottery though. Just got to win the lottery first. Okay. We do have some news this afternoon, don't we? Someone mentioned it earlier. PMI for USD. So we'll see what that does to the old position. Again, like I said, I'm not expecting anything crazy today, but I said that yesterday, and we actually did see a bit of a movement for USD. It was pretty bearish, so if that can happen again, that would be great. If not, we'll hold tight till NFP tomorrow. How does one set the rectangle to show the number of pips? Click the measuring tool here on the left. This kind of ruler, click that, and then just draw away. And then the pips would say there, 138 pips, and that's the percentage decline. And of course, just do it to the upside, and it'll be blue, and you got 145 pips, and the percentage increase. And of course, it measures the bars as well in the days. But yeah, that's the tool you're after, I think. So copy trades on the prop, just martingale. Damn. Looking at martingale. Yeah, I mean martingale is an interesting way of trading. Now, I've seen some really crazy martingale trades where you just got like 100 positions as the market's falling, but buy. Never done anything like that before, to be honest. Okay, no problem, Ben. No problem, Antonio. Happy to help. And yeah, no problem, Ben, as well. Gotta go. No problem. Have a good one, man. We'll catch you soon. Take care. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I will be going live again later today on Trading Extreme. I'll post the link to the stream in the Telegram. If you're not in the Telegram, go check out the Telegram. That's where I do post my setups in the Telegram. That is linked in the description. Let me just double check that. Yes, it is. It is linked in the description. So yeah, go check out the description. The link to my Telegram is there. I do post my positions there. So if you do want to find that out, go check it out. And I also post a link to Nick's stream when I do go live with him later this afternoon in about an hour and 45 minutes. If you're free to tune in. If you haven't done already, make sure you check out the Elevating Traders Discord channel, completely free to join. There will be discount opportunities there in the future when we do launch. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you do check it out if you haven't done so already. And of course, you can join in discussions there, share trading opportunities, discuss with other traders as well. So if you do want to check it out, make sure you go and do so. But in terms of me, I'm just going to keep an eye on Aussie dollar. Like I said, there isn't anything else that is pressing for me to take a trade on. I'm not really too bothered to get in any other dollar pairs for now, since I'm trading Aussie dollar. Gold probably won't give me the break me test this week anyway, so nothing really to do on that regard. Yen pairs look okay. I'll keep an eye on Euro Yen retest there. That could be the only pair that might get me into another position before the end of the week. So I'll keep one eye on Euro Yen. Other yen pairs, some are still kind of trapped in the range, so I need some breakouts there. So yeah, probably won't be trading them this week, but next week could be looking good. Don't miss out on the weekly analysis on the weekend, where I'll cover everything and share what I'm looking at for the week ahead. And then CAD pairs, not really interested in. And yeah, some of these crosses, not really interested in either. And then yeah, the only other pair I'm looking at is pound CHF, which still needs a breakout, which again, I probably won't get the break and retest this week. I might get the break, but I don't think I'll get the break and retest before the end of Friday either. So yeah, pound CHF is probably not a pair I'll talk about too much either. So yeah, Aussie dollar will manage that. And we'll see what the news has this afternoon. And then we'll see what NFP has tomorrow. But anyway, guys, we have come to the end of the stream. If you have found it useful, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed. It does really help out. If you haven't done so, please go and do that before you leave. It really does help out. And of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss on any streams or uploads in the future. Like I said, go check out Elevated Traders Discord. Go check out my Telegram channel. All of that is linked in the description, so you can't miss it. I will be live later today, so if you're free, say hello. If not, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.